Good evening, night people. The rain has eased outside the studio tonight. The city sounds different when the rain stops. Cars seem louder. Footsteps seem closer. And somewhere beyond the glow of 1,000 apartment windows, somebody is carrying a secret they have not yet shared. This is After Midnight with Daktari Knight. The lines are always open. 55KNIGHT. Who is out there tonight?
Yeah, good evening, Daktari. My name's Tony Marino, 58 years old. Been driving a yellow cab in New York since 1968. 32 years behind a steering wheel. Seen drunks, gamblers, politicians, movie stars, runaways, and more broken hearts than I can count. I thought I'd seen everything. Then 3 nights ago, something happened that I can't stop thinking about.
Go on.
It was around 2:17 in the morning, quiet night. I was heading south through Midtown, light traffic. A man stepped off the curb and flagged me down. At first, I almost drove past him, not because of how he looked, because of how he was moving. He kept looking behind himself and not glancing, looking like somebody was following him. I pulled over and he jumped into the back seat. The moment he got inside, I smelled it.
Blood.
Yeah, not fresh, but enough. His shirt was covered in it, sleeves mostly, some on the collar, a little on his face. Now, New York being New York, I didn't panic immediately. People work strange jobs, accidents happen. I asked him if he was all right, and he said he worked at an abattoir over in Brooklyn. Said he got off shift late. Simple answer, should have settled it, but it didn't.
Why not?
Because he was terrified. I've driven scared people before. People running from spouses and people running from debt, people running from the law. This was different. He wasn't looking behind him because somebody was there. He was looking behind him because he expected somebody to appear. Every red light we stopped at, he'd twist around and stare through the rear window. Every set of headlights made him tense. Then he asked me a question.
What question?
He said, "Do you ever get the feeling somebody has already decided what happens to you?" And so, I laughed a little, said no. He didn't laugh, just stared out the window.
Careful.
That's exactly when I started feeling uneasy. The guy couldn't sit still, kept rubbing his hands together, kept checking his watch. Then he asked me not to take Brooklyn Bridge itself. Wanted me to stop near the Manhattan side access pylons. Not the bridge, not Brooklyn, just the pylons, middle of nowhere, dark as hell.
Did you ask why?
I did. He said somebody was meeting him, and then he changed his mind. He said nobody was meeting him, and then he stopped talking completely. The whole thing took maybe 6 minutes. When we arrived, the meter read $1.25. $1.25. The guy reached into his pocket and handed me a $100 bill.
100?
A crisp 100. I told him I didn't have enough change. He looked straight at me. First time he'd done that the whole trip, and he said, "Keep it." Then he got out, started jogging toward the shadows beneath the bridge. Not running, not walking, just moving fast. And within seconds he disappeared, gone.
Did you report it?
No. And that's why I'm calling. For 3 days, I told myself it wasn't my business. A grown man took a cab ride, paid generously, left. End of story. That's what I kept telling myself. And then yesterday evening, I was eating dinner and watching the news. They put a photograph on the screen. Missing persons. Last seen Manhattan, and there he was. Same face, same eyes, same guy.
There it is.
The second I saw him, my stomach dropped. I knew it was him. I knew. And suddenly I couldn't stop wondering, what if he wasn't running from somebody? What if he was trying to get away from something that had already happened? What if I was the last person to see him alive?
Guilt is an interesting thing. It arrives after certainty leaves.
Then I thought maybe I was overreacting, and maybe they already know. Maybe it means nothing. Maybe $100 tip is just $100 tip. But the truth is, I don't believe that.
No.
No, I don't. Not anymore. And there is one more thing.
What is it?
When he got out of the cab, Something fell from his pocket. I didn't notice until later. Small piece of paper, folded up. It had one thing written on it, just one line.
Read it.
Don't let them put me in the river. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I didn't know whether it was a joke or a note or something written by a crazy man. But after seeing his face on television, it doesn't feel like a joke anymore.
Tony, listen carefully. You need to call the police. Tonight. Not tomorrow, not after breakfast. Tonight.
You really think so?
Yes, because the note changes everything. A bloodstained passenger is unusual. A missing person is concerning.
A missing person carrying a message like that is evidence. Evidence.
Possibly. And evidence has a shelf life.
You know what's strange?
What?
I spent 32 years driving strangers around New York. Thousands and thousands of fares. I don't remember most of them. Couldn't tell you their names. Couldn't tell you their faces. But somehow I knew this one would stay with me. The moment he closed that cab door, I knew.
Some people enter our lives for years. Others enter for 6 minutes. The length is not what matters. The weight is.
I think I'll make that call.
Good.
You really think I might help?
I think doing nothing guarantees you won't.
Fair enough. Thank you, Daktari.
Call on now.
Good night.
Good night, Tony. Night, people. That was Tony Marino from Manhattan, a cab driver carrying a question heavier than any passenger. Most of us imagine danger arrives with sirens and shouting. Sometimes it arrives quietly. A man in the back seat, a stain on a shirt, a fare that makes no sense. A sentence scribbled on a piece of paper. And years later, the thing we remember is not what we saw. It's what we failed to do. This has been After Midnight with Daktari Knight, sponsored by Amazon author Bradley W. Deacon. Keep your eyes open, trust your instincts. And if Tony calls back, perhaps we'll learn what waited beneath the Brooklyn Bridge that night. Until then, good night. And before we switch off the studio lights, a word about our sponsor. Amazon author Bradley W. Deacon is the creator of the upcoming cybercrime trilogy, a series of techno-thrillers inspired by a lifetime spent on the front lines of crime, law, and cyber investigations. A former federal agent, former cybercrime lawyer, university lecturer, and government cybercrime analyst, Bradley has spent decades investigating the dark side of technology and the people who exploit it. His upcoming novels blend real-world cybercrime, digital forensics, international investigations, and edge-of-your-seat suspense into stories that feel unsettlingly possible. The Cybercrime Trilogy is available now for pre-order on Amazon, because the most dangerous crimes of tomorrow are already happening today, and few people know that world better than Bradley W. Deacon.